The Beatles are going to get a Fab Four of biopics, with each of Paul, John, George, and Ringo having their own movie planned. The Beatles are going to be the subject of a biography that will be adapted for the big screen in not just one film, but a Fab Four of films that will each give each member of the band their own limelight. Sam Mendes will be the director of all of these films. The Beatles, agreeing to grant complete life and music rights to a film project. Biographies film of Paul McCartney, John Lennon, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr will be spread out across 4 films, according to an agreement that was announced by Sony Pictures on Monday. This deal has the potential to surpass all current music biopics that have been produced up until this point. The films, which were imagined by Mendes, are anticipated to be released in theaters in an unusual manner, with the possibility that the films would cohabit or intersect with one another during the theater experience. Announcements regarding the specific release plans will be made at a later time. There is a release date of 2027 that Sony is aiming for. McCartney, Starr, and the families of John Lennon and George Harrison have all given their approval to the initiative, which was approved by Apple Corp. Ltd., the band's parent company. The majority of the songs that were performed by the Beatles are under the custody of Sony Music Publishing. In addition to being delighted to question the notion of what makes a trip to the movies, the narrative of the greatest rock band of all time is one that will be presented. Each film will be told from the point of view of a member of the Beatles. Pippa Harris, the producer, stated that there will be 4 films that together create a single story about the most recognized band of all time. These films will be told from 4 separate perspectives. It is a tremendous honor to acquire the approval of Apple Corp. And the Beatles in order to carry out this endeavor. During their formative years, the Beatles made some of their most well-known appearances in films. Beginning in 1964 and continuing until 1970, they made appearances in a total of 5 films, 2 of which were the animated Yellow Submarine, 1968, and A Hard Day's Night, 1964. It goes without saying that they have been the focus of a great number of documentaries, the most recent of which is Peter Jackson's 2021 The Beatles, Get Back. On the recently released song Now and Then, which was published in 2023, the Beatles were able to reunite with the assistance of artificial intelligence. Because of the technology that Jackson utilized on Get Back, the recording was able to take place, and it contained a music video that was created by the filmmaker from New Zealand. Attempts to dramatize the narrative of the Beatles have been infrequent and have had less of an impact than they should have. The Birth of the Beatles was a biopic that was filmed in 1979, while John Lennon was still alive. Pete Best, the original drummer for the Beatles, served as an advisor on the production of the film. In the independent drama Backbeat, which was released in 1994, John Lennon's connection with Stuart Sutcliffe was recounted before the Beatles were very famous. Aaron Taylor Johnson played a younger version of John Lennon in the 2009 film Nowhere Boy. Music biopics, on the other hand, have been a lucrative business over the past 10 years. Successes at the movie office such as Bohemian Rhapsody, Rocketman, and Elvis have prompted executives in the entertainment industry to search for the next jukebox smash. During the weekend of President's Day, Bob Marley, One Love, which was produced in collaboration with the Marley Estate, was the most popular film in theaters. A biopic about Michael Jackson is currently under production. The events that take place in theaters today must be seismic in terms of culture. That is exactly what Sam's audacious and expansive proposal is, and even more. According to Rothman, audiences all over the world will be blown away by the combination of Mendes' crew, the music, and the narrative of 4 young men who altered the world. We would want to express our profound gratitude to everyone involved and express our eagerness to break some norms with Sam's one-of-a-kind artistic perspectives.